Last night in Vancouver was Brianna Scurry, two-time gold medalist and 99 World Cup champion goalkeeper for the U.S. women's national team. Now, Brianna, in your wildest dreams, did you ever think this team would be so vicious and aggressive to come out and be up 4-0 just 15 minutes into the game?
No, I did not. I was astonished with all other 54,000 people that were in the stands. I mean, we were going bonkers. It was crazy. It was crazy. No sooner do you even get a moment to catch your breath than the first goal scored and the second goal scored and the third and the fourth. It was insane. It was awesome.
Now where were you in the stadium?
Okay, so we were sitting behind Hope's goal. I'd say maybe 20, 25 rows up. And so it was a long way to see all those firework goals being scored. But I tell you what, it was exciting in the stadium, great energy. Everyone had a wonderful time. I mean, it was completely pro-USA crowd there, but it was absolutely amazing.
Brianna Scurry with Armen and Levack. What memories came back to you when you watched that championship game last night?
Oh, man, I was so excited. We also participated in the walk up to the stadium that the Outlaws organized. It was amazing. I'd never seen anything like it. I mean, as a player, you're used to seeing, some fans, outside the stadium when you roll up in your team bus, like 2 hours before the game starts. But yesterday, walking the streets of Vancouver with like tens of thousands of USA fans cheering, chanting, it was absolutely amazing. Like, it was unlike anything I've ever had an experience of. And for me, it was really cool. I was smiling ear to ear. So excited, and I felt very confident that the girls were going to win, too, because, after that Germany game, I was like, you know what, we're going to win this thing after they missed that penalty kick.
Yeah,
but I didn't think they'd, blow the doors off the first 5 minutes, but they did.
Yeah. Brianna Scurry, this is cool. Being able to talk to her. She's on her way back from Vancouver right now at the game last night. Of course, Brianna Scurry, 99 World Cup champion goalkeeper for the U.S. women's national team. At Bree Scurry on Twitter, breescurry.com as well. And Brianna, Carly Lloyd gets a hat trick 15 minutes in. As a goalkeeper, how did she get that third goal? Is that something she saw on film, or is that something that she just saw in the moment?
You know what? I think it's probably both. I think they probably had film that the Japanese keeper plays off her line a bit. And then also, are you kidding me? Carly Lloyd, I've renamed her Carly. They call me Primetime Lloyd. She was unbelievable. So all the confidence that she had at that point, to even look up and think, I can hit this, and to go for it is insane. She hit that on the midline. And as far as I know, I think that field is maybe 115, 120 long. So that was a 55 to 60-yard bomb she hit from midfield.
Now, you uniquely can answer this question. How is Carly Lloyd's life about to change?
Oh, my gosh. Her life is about to be shot out of a cannon, just like the USA was shot out of a cannon yesterday at the start of that game. She is the darling of women's soccer worldwide right now. She not only put that team on her shoulders yesterday, but she had a phenomenal tournament, scores 6 goals in 4 games, literally puts the USA on her back and marches them to the podium for that World Cup championship. And just a great story for her. Didn't have her family, didn't have her friends, told her not to come. I got to do this thing. And then what does she do? She does exactly that. She does the thing. And so, you couldn't ask for a better person to be the face of women's soccer right now. She's going to be in high demand. She'll be all over the place. Don't be surprised if you see her on the Weather Channel, doing the weather. She's been that good.
Brianna, what's that like? In 1999, what were the calls like that you got for endorsements, for commercials, for going to do the weather? How crazy does life get when you win a World Cup like this?
Oh, it gets insanely crazy. So the day after we won the World Cup, we had our great celebration with family and friends that evening, and then the very next day we went to Disney World in California, or I guess it would be Disneyland in California. Did the parade, met the mayor. We did all these different things. We were on the cover of People magazine. They had all these awards and all these accolades for us. And then my life was insane after that. I went on Jay Leno. I did Rosie O'Donnell. The team did Letterman. and all these different media hits. And nowadays there's 100 times more because of the internet and social media. So they're going to be all over the place. Today's Show, GMA, all that kind of stuff. And then the endorsements, I did Pepsi, I had Allstate, Nike, Discovery Channel, Aquafina, all these different things came in. A lot of demand for me to do speeches and all that stuff. And so I'm sure all those girls are having that experience, especially Carly, though. I mean, she's the darling right now. So her agent is very busy, I guarantee you.
Bree, how perfect was this game for U.S. women's soccer? I mean, the biggest complaint is always, there's not enough scoring, it takes too long, this, that. I mean, they came out and just bushwhacked everybody. How perfect was this game?
It really was a perfect game, and I tell you what, credit goes to that coaching staff, because they exploited a huge issue that the Japanese team had, and that's their defense on set pieces. I mean, 3 of their 5 goals were on set pieces, either corner kicks or free kicks. The first 2 goals were Carly Lloyd coming in late, finding some space in there, and sure enough, having the ball at her feet, putting it home, executing exactly the way they had planned it. And, getting off to a start like that, you couldn't write that any better, from Hollywood. I mean, it was amazing. And then they just kept pouring it on, which was really, really good to see. They didn't stop attacking after 1, 2, 3 goals. I mean, you got Tobin Heath getting in on the act, and Lauren Holiday. I mean, you had people from all sides. I'm sure Japanese teams felt like there might have been 13 USA players out there at one point, because it was amazing. Everything was going in, everything, and it was pretty cool.
Brianna Scurry, 99 World Cup champion goalkeeper for the U.S. women's national team, at Bree Scurry on Twitter, BreeScurry.com. And Brianna, I've been saying that Jill Ellis, the coach of this team, should be getting a lot of credit because the way she changed up the scheme every single game. How much credit should we be giving her? Because I'm a very novice soccer guy here. I'm learning with everybody else. But to me, I feel like they had a different formation, and you go from Wambach having such a prominent role to putting her on the bench. I mean, we covered the New York Yankees, who last year they were afraid to pull Derek Jeter because he would be offended. I mean, the way that she handled this team was amazing to me.
I tell you what, absolutely, Jill's credit deserves a ton of credit, and it's interesting that you say that comparison with baseball. So what happened was she had this situation with the first round of games. The team wasn't playing that great. She seemed to want to stay in that 4-4-2 formation, and then when she had the situation with the yellow card accumulation, and had 2 of her key players, Lauren Holiday and Megan Rapinoe, out, she was literally forced to change that formation. She had to do it. And so she was willing, which was one great point for her, that she was willing to change it. And then when that formation ended up being so productive and good, she had the presence of mind to keep with it, but she was able to figure out how to put her two good players back in there and still keep that flow going. And, to Abby's credit, too, I mean, I'm sure they sat down and talked about it. They were probably like, hey, we need to do this. And Abby, I'm sure, was on board because all she did was wanted to win. And so Jill kept it going. And they deserve a lot of credit also because they clearly scouted Germany and Japan and did, little nuanced improvisations with their team based on the opponent. And that's the thing about coaching. That's where you get to be able to tell if the coach is brilliant or not. If they can change the nuances of who they're playing, but don't get too much out of the flow of what they want to do as a team. And it seems like Jill and her coaching staff had it spot on with Germany and Japan both. So she deserves a ton of credit for that.
Ray, when we look at the greatness that was the U.S. women for the World Cup, and we look forward to the Olympics, do you think Abby Wambach and Christine Rampone will play in the Olympics?
I tell you, I give it a 50-50. I really think it's a coin flip. I really don't see why Abby and Rampone would return for Olympic Games. They both have several gold medals. I know it's only a year away, but yet still it's a year away. It's a long time. It's a lot of training. It's a lot of wear and tear, time away from family. And I tell you what, I wouldn't be surprised if they both announced their retirements within the month. To be honest with you.
Wow. Brianna Scurry with Armen and Levack, 104.5 The Team, at Bree Scurry on Twitter, BreeScurry.com, a public speaker for concussion in sports and a private soccer coach as well. She is doing everything she can to make this game safer for the future, for our kids and moving forward. And how fun this has been for us as fans, for you as a former player. And Bree, we're going to ask you again, This team versus 99. You still think 99 wins?
I tell you what, it would be a heck of a game if we could share Carly Lloyd. If they can have Carly for a half and we can have her for a half, I think we'd have a really good chance. But it's interesting because this team has really forged their own history yesterday. You know, they did it in grand fashion. You know, there's never been a hat trick ever scored before. There's never been 5 goals scored in the final before. And not only that, but they got better every single game. So I have to say, if 99 played 15, it would be a heck of a game, and I think it would be a coin flip as to who would win it. So we did our thing in 99 based on what was available to us at the time and our impact. And I think 2015 team is going to have just as much of an impact, but in a little bit of a different way this time.
Brianna Scurry, hey, you're the best, Brianna. 2-time gold medalist, 99 World Cup champion goalkeeper. Thank you for joining us last week and today. And look, you're part of that fraternity. Big congratulations to you and that team for being able to celebrate
sorority.
Yet another one, a sorority. Yeah, there you go.
Thanks so much. It's been an honor. Great to be on with you guys. I really appreciate it. A lot of fun.